Welcome, everybody, to DVU Podcasts. I am Harry Hancock. This is A-Day weekend for anybody that's tuning in and listening to it right now. If you're listening to it a little bit after A-Day weekend, A-Day weekend is over for anybody listening too late. But I have a very, very special guest with me here today. So going into A-Day, we thought it'd be really great to get some, very important figures at DelVal to do an interview with us and, to kind of talk about what A-Day means to them or anything like that. I have today with me right now a man that has worked here for 9 years. He's planning on retiring this year. We are very sad about that, but he has given us a lot of great memories here at DelVal, and I'm excited to introduce President Joseph Brosnan. How you doing?
Thanks, Harry. I appreciate it. I'm doing great. I'm having a great time today.
Good. So I know the weather's a little bad, but how do you think this A-Day weekend is going so far?
I think it's going terrific. It's unfortunate with some of the rain and wind, but students are all up. It's great. We had a really good day yesterday, and it was a really good start. So good groups of students. Good to see Dr. Jim Diamond, who's been around here forever.
Yep.
And Russell Redding, Secretary Redding, a couple of minutes ago. This is my 9th A-Day. 9 A-Days. 9 A-Days.
Jeez.
And now this is my last as the president.
As the president.
I'll be stepping down July 1st. But it's not my last A-Day.
No.
That's for sure.
No, you can't leave a great event like this.
And I got to have milkshakes.
Yeah, exactly. Got to have the milkshakes.
I'm going right as soon as I leave here. I'm going over to get a milkshake.
Oh, I may have to join you with that.
And the weather's getting better.
It is.
Forecast is good. So if anybody's listening. Do people listen live to this as well?
This is not live, but people, once we post this, people normally start listening.
Fine. So come to A-Day.
Come to A-Day.
It's one of the best, and I'll tell you, in 9 years, the institution has grown. We've become a university. Also, A-Day has grown. It became a state fair in 2010.
Oh, it's a legitimate state fair now?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
And it even gets some state funding, and not a lot.
Not a lot, yeah.
But that's why it added had to add a Friday whole day in order to become a state.
Okay.
It's a state fair. So it's great to see that kind of success, and I've just had so many important. My granddaughter's first horse ride was here. When she was 3 years old.
That's a good memory.
I've got video clips on my phone right now that I can show you of the little train ride she took.
Yeah.
I've been invited by the students on Sunday night to go on all the rides with them. Late Sunday night after everything's over.
Yeah.
I've suffered with them through some really bad weather that I had to cancel. It's become part of my DNA, I guess, because it's part of the DNA of the college.
Yeah, definitely. Now, like you said, you've done 9 years of A-Days. Where do you think this one compares to all of them? Because I know I've gone to A-Days with my sister went here before me, and I've been coming here for, at least 10 years. And it seems like this year, it just every year keeps getting better and better. It's one of those things, you know what I mean?
Right.
But where do you think this one for you compares to previous A-Days?
Well, it's not over yet.
Not over yet.
So it's a little premature.
A little
but
bit.
It started out good, even with the weather. They're doing well. So my feeling is that as of Monday, this will be the best one.
Yeah,
that?
I think that's a great answer. That's a good answer.
Now let me tell you the most moving one, though.
Okay.
Very special moment. The Foucoli family, or Foucoli, he was a dean at one point.
Okay.
He was around for the first A-Day. He's now passed.
Oh, okay.
His son, Steve, I'm going to block on his last name. It doesn't matter. Steve was the head of A-Day. This is like 2008, 2009.
Okay.
His grandmother, whose name was Foucoli, was there. And it was the 60th or 50th anniversary of A-Day. And he was leading the tractor parade, which they do on the last day every year.
Yeah.
And his grandfather had led the tractor parade 50 or 60 years earlier.
Oh, wow.
And his grandmother was there to see it. So it must have been 50. And she started to cry. And I was standing next to her, and I started tearing. It was really an amazing moment.
Yeah.
She saw her grandson.
Yeah.
It just
you know what?
Very special moments.
And I think that can really actually connect with the community and anybody that's listening. A-Day isn't, it's not just like a fair, it is, but it's not like a carnival.
No.
People, this is an emotional thing for people.
Oh.
People invest time. We have tons of volunteers here. People that have put in countless hours, just putting in the time to help the students out.
Right.
And I kind of want to highlight, this is a student-run event.
Oh, and I just spoke to I let off A Day. I welcome everybody.
Yeah.
And just and I got a chance to introduce Secretary Redding. But it's certainly not just a fair. It is something where the students. It's part of our E360, our science with practice, as the founder talked about it.
Yeah.
Students get a chance to put all the stuff they're learning in not only the ag classes but also in business classes and everything. Every chair of A Day that I know has been successful once they've graduated from DelVal. So it's not just. I think the fact that students do it themselves, they get help
a little
from
help,
people,
but
Harry McGinnis and Joan Hock and all those folks, but they have been. It's remarkable each year. I get a chance to know each one of the groups.
Yeah.
We meet ahead of time, and there's an energy, a drive. And I've got to say that about all the students, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked at Columbia University before I came here. I was there for 12 years. And I lived right in Manhattan. And, it's a great school. And I really loved it. I spent 12 years there, so I had a really good experience. But the students felt somewhat entitled.
Yeah.
Kind of the world owes me something. And the students here are amazing. They work for everything they get.
Yeah.
They have no sense of entitlement, and it's really wonderful to watch the students do what they're doing here. None of them are getting paid, and it's really it's always a joy. It's part of as I said earlier, it's part of the spirit of this place.
Yeah, and they're doing it for the love of it. This is the first year that DVU podcast is covering since we just became a club. But I've reached out to many of the executive members that are on the A Day team, and they get back to you like it's not like I got to make time for you. Like
they're professionals.
They are. They really are.
Right.
Now you are going to be.
And by the way, you did a very good job getting me too. So,
thank you.
Because that's not the easiest thing to schedule. So.
Yeah, I was.
Good job, Harry.
Thank you. I talked to
you
a couple.
You were very persuasive.
Oh yeah.
and I'm happy to do it. So.
Very persuasive. Can Dr. Brosnan do an interview? Sure, great. So this is you're retiring coming up. What would you say in your 9 years, just, in general, being the president of DelVal, was your greatest memory?
Oh, that's easy. Faculty, students, and staff. I mean, it's the people.
Yeah.
There's no questions. That is what I said was one of the main reasons. We've got a unique program. We have a unique institution, but it's the people. So that's what I'll remember most. A lot of accomplishments in terms of university and life science building and special moments with celebrating those kinds of things. But in the end, it's the alumni, it's the students, it's the staff, it's the faculty, and it's the members in the community. So as a matter of fact, I'm buying a place here we bought a place in Doylestown because we want to stay around, not because I'll be working at the institution, although I'll be teaching at some point in 2018, but more because I just love the community.
Yeah, that's amazing that you're going to be sticking around. Now, what do you want your legacy to be? I know you've had 9 years here, and you've been the face of DelVal. What do you want people to remember your presidency here at DelVal to be?
Probably, it will be, even if I don't want it to be, it'll be the university, but not because we got that designation.
Yeah.
What it means to me is that we were able to move the institution to another level. We were able to transform some key programs at a key moment. And I think the commitment that was made through the strategic planning process that was started back in 2008, 9, and we've implemented almost all of the things we tried to do. And it was the cooperation, it was the engagement. We had 150 people involved in the process at the time. So all of those things are emblematic. University is emblematic of all of that. So that's one big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But in my heart, what I'm very, very proud of is that we've opened the campus up and become much more inclusive. When I came as a candidate 10 years ago, there were no women finalists. Now we have our first woman president. It's really, I'm very proud of that. We have, I think, a much more welcoming and inclusive campus. So that's one of the things in my heart that I'll always remember and feel very, very proud of, because when I first came, that's not the way it was.
Yeah.
And I was told to stay away from those issues. They might, bite you someplace.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean,
I don't want you to have to edit this. So
don't.
Bite you on the butt.
Yeah.
So, and I said, no, we've got to make sure this place becomes open and inclusive. And, and I'm very pleased to say it has.
Yeah.
Long way to go. But.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. Just from being here, I'm a junior here, and you can definitely see a change from, every year just going, it's becoming a lot more broader. It's not just, the first thing that pops in your head isn't always that we are just an ag school and we do nothing else. Right. We're bringing in a lot more students. We're bringing in, tons of different, people and different what they want to do and things like that. Now, you mentioned we have our first female president, Dr. Maria Gallo.
Yes.
Now, you being the current president, you've had time to talk with her and speak with her, I assume.
Yes.
What do you think she can do for our university?
Well, let me say this. What's really nice when you go through a transition like this, transitions like this can be awkward.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, I think we genuinely like each other.
That's good.
And that's nice.
Yeah.
Because, I was impressed with her when she came for the interview. So, but I'm leaving the president's house, and she's moving in. Mm-hmm. So we have to have a lot of transactions around that.
Yeah.
She's very persuasive, very diplomatic.
Good.
And just a really good person. And she's got me to move out of the house a month earlier. Now, she doesn't know that. But I wanted to do it so she'd be set up. Yeah. In a nice way, and I'm kind of teasing, but she is just very thoughtful, high energy, very experienced. She's got a very good academic background, and a good research background. Yeah. So that's going to add a dimension to the presidency that's going to be very important. I'm not a research academic. I have an academic background, but she's got the research piece, and I think that's going to be a real plus for the institution. Yeah. So I'm thinking that she's got the energy, the drive, the personality to really move it forward, and I'm really pleased to say that I really like her, and I like working with her. So I feel really good about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now. A-Day's going to be, whoever's listening, A-Day, whether you're listening right after we post it or, later on, A-Day will be going on or done. I think that can pretty much wrap up this interview. I want to thank you so much for doing this with me. I was here with Dr. Joseph Brosnan, our current president. He will be retiring as of July 1st. We're going to miss him dearly. He's done tons of great stuff for the university. And we're also looking forward to the incoming president, Dr. Maria Gallo. We're really excited, and hopefully we can get an interview with her at some point. Yep.
Let's go get a milkshake.
Let's go get a milkshake. I'm down for that. I am Harry Hancock for DVU Podcast. I want to thank everybody very much for listening. And if you see, make sure you're watching our Facebook page for our live feeds of A-Day, and keep up to date on all the things going on. For DVU Podcast, I'm Harry Hancock. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you all later.